What we're going to do is we're going to do a tree of life geometry activation within your bodies. Obviously, we don't see this. We see arms and legs and hair and all the rest of it. But you're basically made of geometry. And I really started to get this when I was doing the Eighth Sense retreat in Mexico, which I thought was all about nature. And actually, when we really went into Mother Earth, what we all turned into was geometry. So, and I've always kind of known it's geometry, you know, like we see an angel and we think it's got wings, but actually doesn't look like that at all. It's geometry. So I think what happens is we're sort of living in this imaginal, metaphoric world, but what's holding it all together is this geometry. And I've known for a long time, or downloaded from source, if you like, that there's this grid going around the earth. Obviously, you've got the matrix, which is a fake grid, and then sort of hidden from us is another grid in which we're all connected into, and our feet are rooted in the earth, and our head or our crown, if you like, or rather the part of us that's the earth star is rooted in the earth, the part of us that's the stellar star is rooted in the cosmos. And this grid kind of goes from our hearts, or I mean, this is how I see it, but it doesn't look like that in proper geometry. But anyway, this grid goes all the way around the earth, and it's kind of like we're all, the light workers are sort of plugged into the grid, and we can all connect on a heart level, and we're holding this grid of new earth, literally, you know, planted in the earth and holding it, but with our heads to the cosmos. So what I think we're doing with this, so the tree of life is actually a piece of geometry. It's been around in like loads of traditions and myths and legends, and it's depicted in millions of pictures, which I've been looking at all week, and not one is the same, let me tell you. They all look roughly similar, but the only way, and this is why I'm excited, is that I've been doing this for the last few days. The only way to really work out where, if you like, the points of the tree of life within you are, is to do the activation, because it's depicted in slightly different places in all the different pictures. So what we're doing by activating this grid, which is in us already, you know, it's part of the makeup of who we are. It's part of the flower of life, the tree of life. And there's loads of different geometries, and we might go through them all. Actually, we might do more of these because I'm kind of overexcited about it. But what we're doing is we're basically lighting up or activating this piece of geometry within us, which of course is then going to send light, emanate light out into that kind of grid that's ascending earth. So the tree of life is quite interesting because so symbolically it's a connection to everything. Okay, so that's brilliant. We got the thing, and it's connected to what we see and what we don't see, so to the visible and the invisible realms, including and not limited to the void. So in terms of my work, that's quite interesting as well. And when you read about it, it's part of the interconnected network. So, and it's also, it's a map of the soul. So it's your soul map that activates your emanation, and it's a map of creation. So it represents life, renewal, and energy. And basically, it's the path to the creator. So in other words, well, I haven't released the video yet, but I made a video about this the other week. We've got people on the descent into material, and there are some of us on the ascent out of material back to the creator. Okay, so you've got from oneness to separation, from separation to oneness. Okay, that's what's going on. All of us, I think, and this isn't kind of really true either, but like in really simple terms, we're on the way back up, put it that way. Okay, so we began to sort of understand and embrace oneness again. But what we're doing is we're doing it in a different way. We're doing it through the body. And so it's the path to the creator. So in other words, the tree of life is the path to creator. It's the ascension, because it's the union of the divine and the physical self within the body. And that's what all my work has turned into. I didn't know that when I started. I was just, starting. I had no idea what was going on, like all the rest of us. But more and more, keep getting the messages, shadow work, come back into the body. You've got to do this in your body. You've got to have the divine and the material in your body. You've got to have the dark and the light in your body, all of this kind of stuff. So what's really interesting about this is I had the desire to do it, and I just sort of knew it was going to activate the ascension grid. And then when I went and read up on it, that validated everything. So I'm going to show you a couple of pretty pictures now. So that's why we're doing this. Share screen. Let's go to pretty picture number 1 and show sound as well. So pretty picture number 1. I just love this because so these are the points we're going to activate. There are 10 points. Has this even got 10? Yeah, it has. So there are 10 points, and I'll go into where they are on the body more in a moment. But basically, what I love about this picture is it also shows the lemniscate. So so this is the flower of life, basically, and the tree of life is within it. And obviously, we know that everything on this planet is made out of sacred geometry in some way. And it's the connection to the above and the below, the cosmos and the earth. And then obviously you've got the Kundalini energy rising. You don't have to call it Kundalini, it just could be earth energy rising. But also we have, really we have sun energy coming down as well. But I also love this because it's got the lemniscate in it. And it's kind of an unusual shape, but the more you dive into this work, the more you sort of realize how important these kind of shapes are. So I'm going to show you a simplified one now. This is easier to work out. So you don't have to remember this, but because I'm going to talk you through it when we do the meditation. But basically, can you see my cursor? I go like this. Oh, that's handy. Okay, so this one, so there are 10, I'm going to call them suns, because they actually look like suns when you activate them. They're gold, and they're about this big. Okay, they're about the size of your head, or slightly smaller. Well, they are in me anyway. Could be anything with any of us. This one is just above your head. Okay, these two are just above your shoulders. These two are where your armpits are, roughly. And these two are where your hips are. Okay. This one is really where your third energy center is. It's your kind of your midpoint. Okay. So it's not the heart. It's much more your central sun. Okay. This one is where the perineum is. And this one is below you somewhere. Now this one, it's a cagey one. Every picture, it's different. So I obviously went in, and mine is actually somewhere between my knees and my perineum. But I've seen pictures depicted that it's as low as your feet. Okay. So, and I think with all of these things, all of our bodies are unique. So they're roughly in those places, but you may find that, yours is slightly out here or slightly in here, or actually on your shoulders, for example, the one above your head. Mine is right here, but it might be higher up. So they're roughly in those places. So I'm going to go over them again. above the head, shoulders, armpits, in the middle, third ended belly button, basically, hips, perineum, somewhere underneath your perineum. Okay? So what we're going to do is I've already gone in and using the art of intention method, the coupling method to higher gauge symmetry state, which some of you I know have done. I've coupled all of the space of this meditation, the space that you're currently sitting in, and my body, and imprinted it with the ability to activate this particular grid in your bodies. So even if you don't manage to activate it or you get confused, you're going to get it activated, because my biofield and the space you're in is primed to activate this, as if you were having a biofield healing transmission. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you how something else now. The easiest way to do this that I can think of to do it is there are two triangles. Wait a minute, someone's not muted. Okay, there are two triangles pointing up, which is this one, head and the two shoulders, and the hips into the central one. Okay, there are two triangles pointing up. What are the triangles? They're matter, creator, and spirit. Father, Son, Holy Ghost, or whatever it is if you're religious. Yeah, whatever, the corrupted version. Matter, divine, creator, and your spirit. So there are two triangles that point up. There, that one and this one. And there are four triangles that point down. Shoulders to central sun, armpits to central sun, hips to perineum, and hips to, I'll call it the root sun. Okay, root sun. I was trying to think of names, but I don't want to constrain them, so I don't know. Anyway, so two triangles pointing up and four triangles pointing down. Okay, so the way we're going to activate it is we're going to do it in the most logical way that I can think of. So we're going to go head, left shoulder, left armpit, left hip, right hip, root. Then we're going to go perineum, central sun. So we're going to make the 10 suns first. And as we go to each sun, you're going to, with your will and the intensity of your intention, feel it blaze into a sun. And you really feel it, like you feel the heat, you feel the light, it's gold. Okay, but yours might not be gold, but anyway, mine was gold. So that's how we're going to do it. And I'm going to take you through it. It's very easy. Okay. And the thing is, it's quite hard to visualize this as one picture because it really requires extraordinary focus. So don't worry if you lose the picture. And then what we're going to do is we're going to activate the two triangles pointing upwards. So you're literally going to go you're going to take your attention from the head to the shoulder, to the shoulder, to the head, and see the lines, which mine are gold, but yours might be pink. I don't know. Okay, so you're going to see one triangle. Then we're going to go to the next up-facing triangle, which is the hips. And again, you're going to join the central sun to the hips, okay, creating the second triangle. Then we're going to go back to the shoulders. I'm going to create the 4 downward triangles. So this is the first one, from the shoulders to the central sun, from the armpits to the central sun, from the hips to the perineum, and from the hips to the root. Okay? Then you're just going to feel, if you can, use your inner eye and see the geometry, but again, it's difficult. And then we're going, before we feel, we're going to do the columns. We're going to do the left column, the right column, and the central column. Okay? And then you're going to feel. And that's it. That's the activation. There's nothing more to it. But it's kind of complicated. So, you know, it's much more complicated than creating something like the, what's it called? oh, I've forgotten what it's called now. The What is it? The one with the two pyramids? I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, I've forgotten the words. So when I'm doing this, I'm doing it in 2D. I'm literally activating it in 2D. So it's flat, running through the middle of my body. But I think it's activating in not just 3D, but in other dimensions that we can't comprehend with our tiny minds. So I'm deliberately not activating it in 3D, because although we could do it, it would just require so many pyramids, and we might come back to it later, but you can see it's going to be like 6 pyramids all overlaying. I mean, it's just like, we just won't be able to get our heads around it. So we're going to just do it in 2D, and we're going to trust that it's activating in the way that it needs to activate. So closing your eyes and beginning to follow your breath. And just let go of my words. And let go of everything that brought you into this now moment. Feel your body relaxing. Consciously choosing to relax more and more. And deepening your brainwave states more and more. Commanding your body to slow down into a theta brain wave state. And feel now the energy of your body and the matter of your body simultaneously. And knowing that the space is primed to activate the tree of life geometry within you, you are going to set your personal intention to have this sacred geometric design which connects you to the all that is, to the material and the creator in your body vessel, activated. Informing your beautiful self about what is about to occur. Activating the tree of life within you for your personal ascension. And so we're now going to begin to activate the 10 points or suns within the geometry. So you're going to find the first point above your head, and you're looking for, if you like, a point of energy that's calling your attention. Recognize it, because it will feel like a vortex trying to suck you in. And using all of your will and all of your imagination, you are going to intensify this point with your energy until it bursts into and becomes a sun above your head. You should really feel the light and the heat from this sun. Send the energy of your focused intensity into it. And feel it. Feel this point activated, burning brightly. Bring your awareness to slightly above your left shoulder, finding a point that's calling your attention like a vortex, and to suck you into this point. And now activate the point with your attention, your energy, your desire to activate it until it bursts into a sun or grows into a sun. Feel the heat and light. Should be feeling some bliss or joy or excitement in there as well, or in your body. And see these two suns burning brightly. Communing with each other. Bathing that part of your body in light. Bring your awareness to your right shoulder, just above it, finding that vortex point, calling your attention. And now send it the intensity of your attention, your intention to grow it into a sun, to activate this point. Feel the light and the heat. Perhaps the joy it brings. Burning brightly. Feel these 3 suns now, these 3 points that hold the geometry. Bathing this whole area of your body in light. Golden light. Perhaps it's a different color for you, but bright, joyous, beautiful light. Feel the heat of it. Bring your awareness to somewhere underneath your left armpit. Finding that vortex point that's calling your attention. Now, activating it consciously with all of your willpower, your desire to activate it. The energy that your attention pours into this point, blossoming it into a sun full of heat and light. Let yourself feel these 4 suns burning brightly, these 4 points of connection, bathing your body in light. Bring your awareness to the 5th point underneath your right armpit, somewhere. Finding that point. Activating the point now with your attention, the intensity of your desire. Pouring your energy into it. Blooming it into a sun. Powerful light and heat. You should be feeling really good now. This actually just makes me want to giggle. It feels so good. So now you're focusing upon 5 suns, or light sources blazing around you. Bathing you in Amazing light. Creational light. Bringing your awareness to your left hip. Finding that vortex point that's calling your attention, drawing you towards it. Where is it? Somewhere near your left hip. And with all of your willpower, your desire, your energy, your focus, igniting it, initiating it, activating this point till it becomes like a sun. Hot and bright. Bathing your hip area in light. And feel now these 6 points blazing all around you. Bring your awareness to your right hip, looking for that point. And now filling it with your attention, your energy, your consciousness, your presence. Allowing it to grow and burst into a beautiful sun-like sphere. Blazing hot. Feel the heat. Let it get more intense, brighter, hotter. Bathing your whole right hip in that area in light. Feeling now 7 suns around you. Feel the emotions that they bring. How does it feel to be bathed in this light? So now you're going to go to a point below your perineum somewhere. You're looking for A vortex point that calls your attention could be anywhere between your feet and your perineum. You could scan up and down till you arrive at the point. You're going to feel it. It's got like a vortex energy to it, and then you're going to start activating this point, turning it into a sun with your desire, your energy, your abilities. Absolute focused intensity. Growing a sun there. Feel the blazing heat underneath you, the light underneath you, and the light all around you now of 8 of these points on the grid, in the geometry, 8 suns. Bringing your awareness now to the point, the tree of life that's somewhere around your perineum. What's calling your attention? Where is that point? A point that's calling your attention like a vortex, sucking in your attention, and as you find it, consciously activating this point. Activating it with your desire, your creational abilities, your energy, your focused energy is growing this point at your perineum. And it blazes into a sun. Hot and bright. Bathing this whole area in light. Let yourself really feel the heat. And the light and the heat of 9 suns. Nine suns all around you and within you. And bring your awareness now to somewhere around your belly button area, your central point, your incarnational point. Where's the vortex point that's calling your attention? when you find it, activating this point, beaming your energy into it. The intensity of your attention, your desire to activate it. Your innate ability to activate it. You feel the light and the heat growing and growing until it too becomes blazing sun, bright. Hot. Feel this whole part of your body bathed in light. And now there are 10 points, the flower of life all around you, blazing like suns. Feel it as much as you can. Now we're going to connect these points in the grid of the tree of life and in the grid within our bodies, within the flower of life, within our planetary grid. So you're going to bring your awareness to the sun above your head and the ones on each shoulder. And you're going to connect them in an upwards triangle. So drawing your lines in your own way till you can really feel and see this triangle and the 3 suns. Bring your awareness down to the 2 suns at your hips and your central sun. You're now going to connect those in an upwards triangle. How does it feel as you connect these points on the grid? Feel the light emanating from the connective lines and the suns. Bring your awareness now to the suns at your shoulders and the sun, the central sun, and you're going to connect them with a downwards triangle. The shoulders and the central sun. What does this connection feel? Feel the light. Feel the grounding effect of this triangle. Bringing your awareness to the two suns in your armpits. And you're now going to connect those into the central sun with another triangle. What does this make you feel? Noticing all the sensations as you begin to connect this extraordinary geometry within you. Armpits to the central sun triangle. Should be feeling pretty good by now. So moving to the suns at your hips, and you're going to connect those into the perineum sun with a downwards triangle. Feeling possibly your sexual energy being activated. Feeling life force energy coming into this whole area. Feel the light. The sun's blazing with a connection. And now you're going to connect the hips again, but this time with the root sun, creating the last downward triangle. And how does this triangle, this connection, this grid express itself and feel within you? Allowing yourself to feel now all 10 suns and all the triangles, 6 triangles. Feeling that connection intrinsically activated within you, within your sacred geometry. Light geometry within your light geometry. Now we're going to connect the left shoulder to armpit to hip column. So a vertical line connecting those three on your left. How does your body respond to this connection? Feeling this grid activating, becoming alive within you. Moving to the right, shoulder to armpit to hip, vertical connection. Feel the light of this column, this grid. And finally, last vertical connection from the head to the central sun, to the perineum, to the root sun. Connecting those in a vertical line, a vertical column. And feel now this entire sacred network, this divine geometry within the physicality of your body. Let the light change you, upgrade you, fill and fulfill you, inspire you, love you, and emanate from you. And how does it feel? And so now, if it is your wish and your will, you're going to come back into the room and open your eyes.